Not sure. We're live.
This is about delivering great exclusive games for you that ship on platforms where Game Pass exists.
I had to do that, for the guys out there that quit watching us because my soundboard was so bad for them. So, fuck you.
I had to go live for the guys that quit watching us because we're always having fucking technical difficulties here lately. I spent 5-6 hours today after getting the provider's hardware. Because, last show wasn't too bad, right? But there were still drops. That's not acceptable to me. I got gigabit. I got all the best shit, all the stuff, right? So I go get their hardware. I'm like, all right, well, let's find out what these fuckers are going to tell me. They're going to give me more details. They said they have more access, higher level control of what's happening inside the hardware, and they'll be able to tell me exactly what's happening. Long story short, they still couldn't tell me what the fuck was happening. Now I got this dog shit hooked up, and I'm streaming the show at 720p, 5 times lower bitrate than it's ever been shown off in history. So if it looks that bad, guys, I apologize. But yeah, it's totally, again, as I said last time, it's not fucking me. I would know. Trust me, I'm always trying to fix shit with myself before I blame other people. It's just not. It's not my hardware. It's not my computer. It's something to do with the lines. Tim Dog has a lot of experience with this shit, and he's giving me even more suggestions, and I guess I'm going to have to pay somebody under the table over there to come out and do the shit that I need them to do, including reinstalling and changing ports and shit on their end. But I don't know. As of right now, at 720p, we have 0 drop frames, gentlemen. I just fingers crossed, because maybe that 2,000 kilobytes is low enough.
Fortnite like a fraud.
Yeah, I am playing Fortnite. We're having a good time on this. It's pretty fun, man. I gotta give it. I gotta call myself a fraud here for skipping out so long, because I just wasn't a fan of Battle Royale, like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, right? It just kind of turned me off.
I'm glad that you finally joined us.
Yeah, I mean, well, you didn't really play it that much, did you?
I played Fortnite a shit ton, yeah.
You're a little slut.
But I played like 900. I have like 900 hours of Apex Legends.
I bought this game in 2017 when it came out as a build-only game, right? And I just never really got back into it. But again, guys, sorry we're late. I'm trying to do everything I possibly fucking can. It's not that I had a whole week to work on it and all this shit. No, I had a whole week to fucking get a hold of them, have them get me hardware, and then have all these fucking issues, and then have someone come out. I can't have them come out same day or even the next day. So, again, I've just been being run through hoops by my ISP. They're telling me it's on, it's this, it's that, it's on my end. You have your own hardware. They're blaming everything but themselves, as most fucking things do. And this is the result. 720p at 5 times lower bitrate than ever before. And maybe it will stay stable. Like, I'll be happy with that if that's the case. But I'm just super fucking pissed off about it. Like, I hate we're doing this shit, and I hate keeping you guys waiting, and I hate running a shitty fucking show because of it, and I can't get my own energy in check. But again, thanks for watching, guys. 400 here. Thanks for listening to me, bitch, as I cry like Jim Ryan about the Call of Duty Activision thing.
How did you know that was Jim? How did you know that was Jim?
It is Jim. I heard him. He was doing that last time. He was talking about Call of Duty and how their deals aren't adequate. We got a lot of good topics today, guys. Just again, thanks for showing up. Hit the like button and tell people we're live. We should hopefully have no issues today. And again, tomorrow somebody's coming out to my house and literally rerouting and rewiring and ripping all this shit out that's been done before, because that's the only thing left. And apparently, maybe they can change the port or whatever the hell on their end. But hey, Fonz, another week, another podcast. How you been?
Yeah, pretty good. We had some pretty dog shit shows lately, and then we had a pretty decent one today. So yeah, we some would say 2 good shows today. Me, not so much, but we'll talk about it.
Well, you'll be telling me all about it. I haven't even got a chance to check it out. D-Batch, how you been?
Oh, man.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just a note to the chat. Please, we really need you to up the super chats this week, because we have to get dealer past that FX AMD processor, okay?
That's never been said in the history of this show,
bro.
D-Batch, thanks for fucking that up.
I told him to ditch that FX processor.
FX?
He's on a Pentium. He's using a Pentium.
Stop it. We got a member chat though. Dub, shout out to you, brother. He says never a bad show. Yeah, I mean, shout out to the panel. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Even with all the issues, man. It's just internally, I struggle to get my fucking hosting going, right? And bouncing off everybody how I like, and ask anyone on this panel. I'm my own worst critic. And again, thanks for watching. We've also got Tim Dog, brother. How you been?
Good, man. Happy to be here. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today, so that's on the bright side. A lot of news in the past week and upcoming news. Overall, we're getting into the fall, and hopefully we have a good show today and everything holds up.
We've had 38 dropped frames, so that's about half a second so far. So hopefully it stays to a minimum there. Zalker, buddy, how you been?
Good, man. Work's been kicking my ass, but I'm feeling a lot better. Recovered from COVID pretty good. Just got a little cough. But after today, man, I do have to admit that there were some pretty damn good shows going on with Sony and Nintendo. And then we have some big fucking news going on with 343 and Xbox. There's a lot of gaming news, and it's only Tuesday. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on in the gaming fucking industry right now, and it's middle of September. Holiday's about to kick off, and yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff coming up, and I'm excited to talk about all of it. Hopefully your shit doesn't crash, and we'll get it done, but let's not talk about it anymore. Let's just fucking put the show going and give these fine people a good show, man. They've all been waiting, and they're deserving, man. They're awesome.
Come on, 2 meg up. Hold strong. And by the way, for those asking, I talked about putting the show on other streaming platforms around the same time I had actually released this overlay, and that was the case. Problem is, we're having all these intermittent issues, and that's not the way I want to introduce the show, because that fucks with all the energy, and especially for me. So again, I'm trying to knock this shit out. Tomorrow they're coming over, and I don't know if I'm what I'm about to do to get these people to do what I think's going on and fix it, but. People on computers with buttons and stuff and words in front of them, they tell you there's no issue, but there's definitely one. Anyway, I got some shout outs here from the patron tier, and a big shout out to these guys. We're doing the game giveaway on the Discord server. If you're a patron or channel member, you go to the community sections of the YouTube channel or the patron. You can get into the Discord and stuff like that. It's a private one. We try to keep it a little smaller. It's got some cool people in there. But I'll be moving that giveaway to next week. Sorry, I didn't have time to do all that today. I should have did it a few days ago when I had a block when I was playing some damn 2K or something. But I will announce that winner next week. My apologies. We do have Argeet. We've got Boba Fett. We've got Reluctant Dodo. We got Nerdy Meathead, Dub Mobile, Ruben Almighty, Dave Incubus, Ricky Falon, Fault Lines, Not Silent, Bad Boy Live, Achievement, Nanopolymath, Zordon, Costanza, KY Bob, Goose 8402, Strike, Khalifa, Assassin Lupa, Foreign Object, Gag Quiz, Teo, John Blue, Vec Boss, Real Deal Nil, Suicide Kings, Tisha Genie, Michael Bowen, Guillermo Cavillo, All Might, Dark CMF, Alfonso Hogan. Shout out to all the sponsorship tier on Patreon. Thanks for powering the channel. And again, shit will get better very soon, I promise. Hey, what? There was a PlayStation showcase today, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Like you said, Zalker, Bonnie basically leaving 343. We'll talk about a lot of that stuff and what they're giving as the public kind of reason for that. We'll talk about a lot of other things. They got some really, really good topics down here, but I want to start with the PlayStation event that was today, right? I didn't get a chance to watch this. I didn't get a chance to check it out, but apparently it was a good show.
It was decent. I think that they had a lot of stuff to show. Obviously, Tekken 8 was a big one. They even showed a little bit of Hogwarts stuff. They had Like a Dragon on there. They talked about I think it's exclusive, the Rise of the Ronin, Team Ninja. The people making that Wogan looked freaking good. That looked good. And to be quite honest, God of War looked amazing. Like I think to this day still Elden Ring is game of the year and maybe game of the last 5 years for me. I love Elden Ring, but God of War looks like it's a massive contender for game of the year. I mean, come on, man. Death can have me when it earns me. It's like fucking Kratos to the T.
What did you think God of War was going to do, though?
No.
It's the way they showed it, bro.
The way they showed it.
Look at the trailer.
Is out here? Mike's kind of clipping, man. Lower your volumes in Discord or something. Wise Fonz kind of gives me his thoughts on some of this PlayStation event. What did they show off, and why was it so damn cool?
The way they just showed God of War, the trailer itself is probably one of the best trailers I've ever seen for a game.
Really?
It's just so fantastic, man. It's just so dynamic. The trailer itself is just so dynamic, and everything that they show, it's just, you got to see it, man. And to watch it in 4K too, it's just, man, it's beautiful. I know a lot of people are screaming, even myself, I say it looks, they use a lot of the assets from the first game and stuff, but I definitely think they took it a step further in the visuals as well. There's things going on there that look even better. And mechanics as well. There's new mechanics as well.
Even characters, right? Like different types of enemies. Like everybody was like, "Oh, it's the same. Like, no, man. They They showed a lot of different enemy types than the first game, different biomes than the first game, and just like I don't know, man. Like the shot of Atreus shooting the arrow with the wolf, and then it turns into day. It like rips the sky apart. Like I was just like, what?
That's a badass wolf,
bro.
Yeah,
It's
no,
fucking
pretty
sick.
damn cool.
It's cool, man.
It's funny though, because I posted on Twitter. I said this is probably one of the best trailers I've ever seen. And some Sony dude, some little bitch came up and said,
Jesus.
you know, they're like, just go play Starfield. Like, we don't need you over here, type of thing.
Like, stop bragging about my game because you have access to it as well, and I forgot it's not an exclusive club.
I'm like, continue to be a fanboy. Yeah, you know, because I mean, it's just stupid that these people that don't understand that we like games. Period. Wherever they're at, you know, doesn't matter.
Yeah, would prefer to play God of War on the Xbox, but it's just not the case.
It's just funny to me.
Imagine somebody saying Halo Infinite was fun.
Incredible.
He was a Sony guy, and you got pissed.
Exactly. And I'm like, go play your freaking, you know, Destruction All-Stars, you know, something dumb. But anyways, yeah, the show was great. Rise of Ronin was one of those games by Team Ninja that just looked incredible. And it looked kind of like Ghost of Tsushima in a way, but it added a bunch of more elements into it. Like there's just more going on in that game. You'll see from the trailer when you watch it.
They need to show a little bit more of it. I watched that trailer.
I think it looks cool though.
No, it looked really good. Very good first impressions, right? And Team Ninja has made really good games. And I don't know, man. Does Team Ninja have like 2 AAA studios? Because they're bringing out the
Wolong
Dynasty,
thing?
the Wolong Dynasty next year, early next year, day and date in Game Pass, which looks epic. And then they have this game coming out in 2024. So I don't know if they have 2 teams making 2 AAA games, but they both looked very different from each other and unique, but also really cool. And this is a PS5, I think, console exclusive, and then it's coming to PC. So
console exclusive, right? There was plenty that said that.
Yeah,
so.
there's plenty that said console exclusive, but I'm gonna give Sony credit, man. Like I enjoyed their state of play. I thought it was gonna be kind of dumb that the snitch guy said temper your expectations.
Yeah.
And he said, don't worry. But they had like Stellar Blade, which a lot of people looked forward to. Like a lot of people thought it looked really well done, and that's a exclusive. The Rise of the Ronin, God of War looked freaking awesome. Hogwarts Legacy again to me looked pretty cool. Like a Dragon looked cool, and the CGI trailer for Tekken 8. And there was a Star Wars game there announced too. I don't know if I think it was VR. Is it VR?
Yeah, it was VR.
VR.
Yeah, there was a lot of VR. There was a lot of
I want to know what the chat
VR.
thinks too, by the way. A lot of guys in the chat saying a lot of different things. I don't know if you guys watched the PlayStation event. I personally missed it, but I am excited to go check out the God of War trailer. You say there's a Star Wars VR game that no one gives a fuck about there. And what else, though? What else was there?
Project Eve, they showed it again. I don't know if you remember. It was like that little, what is it? It was like a Japanese game where some chick is running around, in a tight suit, and she's like got a samurai sword.
Well, that's the Stellar Blade. It was it's previously Project Eve.
Yeah,
so
it was.
They're kind of
Eve.
reimagining it.
Blade.
Yeah, Stellar Blade, and that's
it.
another little.
And it looks good. It looks pretty good. I would definitely try the game, but not for $70. But I would try that game for sure.
Stellar Blade.
Yeah, Stellar.
That's pretty much all that was there then, huh?
And then a God of War
PSVR
controller.
Trash.
And then a God of War Ragnarok themed controller, DualSense controller.
All right.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, I know you're saying
you're
that,
still
but
clipping, by the way.
thought it was. I mean, I fixed it.
No, you didn't, bitch.
I was
So,
on that new mic, so it's good.
so they got a God of War trailer. They had that tight skin
Korean
dress
dev team.
samurai sword game. Then it had some VR stuff. They had a God of War controller.
Yeah, I have to correct myself. It was a Korean dev team that made it. It's not a Japanese studio team. So, excuse me, my ignorance.
My ignorance. Well, I mean, either way, though, I mean, if there's a new God of War trailer, that's big because that game is coming out, by the way. I don't know if people seem to have forgotten that it's coming out. Sony aren't really.
Seriously, I know you're running the show, but turn that fucking trailer on while you're doing the show because it's fucking phenomenal, bro. You'll watch it again anyway. You'll want to watch it again. That good.
I mean, like, bro, just good lines, good story. Like, you could just see that it's going to build into something. And the thing that I like about God of War story is that they don't have cutscenes that just get shoved down your throat. Like, you're playing and then you instantly go into story, then you're playing, and it flows well. Like this is why I really enjoyed God of War as a game. It's one of my favorites because it did that. Like, you feel like you're playing the character, not the character like just sitting there and you're kind of watching a movie.
Yeah.
Like that's what I enjoy, and that's what I enjoyed about Elden Ring, right? Like people are like, it doesn't have story, and it's like, well, to me, I made my own story, and that's what I enjoy.
Zocker, stick to Blinks the Time Sweeper, bastard.
Yeah, bitch. PlayStation forever. Hey, by the way, thanks to almost 800 people showing up here. We started a little over 15 minutes late. Enjoy the 720p. Also, I want to know you guys' thoughts. A lot of awesome people in the chat. We got Mav in the chat. We got Timmy in the chat. We got Bone Slave in the chat. We got Boba Fett channel member in the chat. We've also got Greg E3 Toolman, as well as so many others, including we got Risky for the Biscuit in there. Bedtime's in there. Back for Bed's in there. So many guys in there. Zalker, we got a couple chats in here. A lot of people chiming in on DPS batch and other things. Do you want to catch these and then we can ask some more opinions? But I feel like I get that it was a cool event, but I mean, there was a few things there, but it doesn't seem like there was a lot there. How long was the event?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Or 20 minutes.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad. At least they didn't stretch it out like Twitch, like 4 hours for 20 minutes
bro,
worth of shit.
It was just, game after game.
It was quick, man. Game after game. It was hit after hit after
banger after banger.
A new controller.
Yeah. So here, thanks Hargeet. This is shout out to Hargeet for giving me these super chats.
Yes.
He has Dub member for 16 months. Never a bad show. Shout out to the panel and chat. I appreciate you, man.
Thanks,
Sometimes there's technical difficulties. We got the Andrew 13 DSP batch. I think he's saying hi to you, D batch. We got Danny Passion Official here installing my first Steam game on my new deck. Fuck you, Danny. I'm still waiting for mine. I am super jealous. That thing is awesome.
Are you guys gonna meet up and rub your Steam decks together?
I mean, I'm down.
Tiny little Steam Deck.
Little baby,
Steam
little
Deck,
bitchy
dude,
Steam
that
Deck.
shit's awesome, bro. We got Mr. Bushido and 7. Here, dealer, get yourself a cup of coffee.
I need fucking
$2.
3.
Nice.
I need 3 cups of coffee and a Red Bull.
What a greedy ass.
Thanks,
bastard.
Mr. Bushido.
Let me say something because you guys.
Yeah, man. Say it.
I mean, I was going to come to you, Tim. I was just trying to catch up on this, but go ahead.
No, catch up on them and then I'll go.
Right.
Okay, so we got
Other
Risket.
Zinc. That show was garbage.
We got
Other
Risket.
Zinc.
Bonnie, not the boss anymore, Ross.
Oh,
You
shit.
messy.
Oh,
We
that's
got
messed up,
Risket
bro.
again. Says I thought RDX was going to be 20 minutes and in Japanese.
Yeah. Maybe next week?
No. Maybe. I don't
All
know.
right, Risket.
We can learn.
Yeah.
We got
Come on.
Alvin. Tekken 8 is in UE5. Harada himself confirmed it's not CGI.
I haven't seen Tekken 8. Was Tekken 8 there?
The Tekken 8 trailer wasn't CGI apparently.
Oh, okay.
So was Tekken 8 there at the show today?
Fascinating.
Yeah, it was.
You guys didn't mention Tekken 8, really?
Yeah,
I
we did.
said
We did.
Tekken 8.
Oh, okay, I just ignored everything you said. I'm
Like
sorry.
you give a shit about Tekken 8.
I don't
be
give 2
real,
fucks about
dealer.
Tekken 8. You're right.
Yeah, we got
I don't either.
Hargy dropping Game Pass Ultimate Global Code for 3 months. Enjoy.
Ooh-wee. Thanks, Hargy.
Thanks everybody. Thanks Hargy. Thanks everybody for the chats. We
And
appreciate it.
Nano Polymath, by the way, he says a funny thing about Fortnite 720p, you can see the frauds easier. That might be true. And then we've got Philip Boyle, by the way. He says Stellar Blades / Project Eve said it was coming to Xbox in the first reveal. Now it's only on PlayStation.
Well,
Absolute
goes
scum
that
move
Sony
where
money
Jim is
again.
now.
Sony money.
Money
being spent
hatting. Hey man,
wisely.
they're hurting the industry. Nothing can compete with Stellar Blade and what they provide.
Well,
to
Xbox
multi.
do it too. I just think they don't do as good a job with it. Like Stalker 2, that's money heading. That's a good example of them doing it though. But yeah, I mean, let us know what you think. That's something that's continuously and even more so bothering people. I hear about it more and more. Does that make sense? Like people are really getting pissed about certain games being locked down for a year or even 2. And Microsoft kind of chosen these smaller 6-month windows with, certain games as well. I don't know. Let me know what you guys prefer in the comment section, or are you just fuck it across the board type of person? But Tim, what do you think about some of the things you've seen today?
Well, just quickly on that, I think Microsoft's answer is basically get Activision and do what they want to do with that. So they'd rather not go on a small scale. They'd rather own the publisher. But listen, I think Sony had a good show. Snitch takes the L here. I was honestly not expecting much because of his tweet, and I was like, it's going to be some kind of rogue state of play. But it actually was a really good state of play. I think that God of War showed off excellent. The trailer, like everyone's saying, was more or less the way it was done and the way it was presented that really showcased the game. And it just goes to show you that if you have a really good trailer, you can tell the story that way and make your game look that much better. But like that was like a 10 of 10. It's gonna be in competition for Game of the Year. I don't know if Sony's gonna have a showcase at this point, because if you're gonna announce a game like the Team Ninja, which is it's a pretty big announcement. It's a console exclusive. You're gonna do it there, and it's September. I don't know.
That's true.
I don't know if they're gonna have a showcase.
What do you mean? I thought they already had one on September 8th.
Oh my god.
yeah.
Fucking
messy. I'm not. Listen, we all know I'm an Xbox fan and through, but I'm not, gonna ever not be honest. They had a good show today, and their fans should, for once, be happy, or their fanatics or people that are flooding my timeline lately should be happy that they had a good showing. They had a nice exclusive game that they're coming. That's a new IP. And God of War looks like it's gonna be all that, and I think it puts to bed the stupid claims that it was a rehash or the DLC that got so many people. That's what gets me. The people were so upset and up in arms about the DLC comments that Jaffe said. When in the end, you just like a trailer like that puts all that to bed, and you don't have to worry about it. Or when the game comes out, I think that it's going to be obvious that they have a heavy hitter there, and it's going to look like it's going to be all that it's supposed to be.
Well, they've had heavy hitters all year. I don't know if anybody can really say anything about Sony this year. Like, I think Dealer said it perfectly. It was like a month ago or a couple months ago. He said that Sony's dropping Horizon, Gran Turismo, and God of War in 1 year. That's like Xbox dropping Halo, Gears, and Forza.
I'm not saying the franchises are as big or make as much money, but I'm just saying that's like their tentpole IP, dropping 3 of them in 1 year, and with arguably what are pretty decent deals as well on top of that. This isn't the year to say PlayStation don't have stuff. That's what I will say. Given the fact that third parties haven't really been dropping stuff in general, it just feels like nobody's really had shit,
Yeah.
Really?
Ubisoft, EA, like, it just feels like nobody's really dropped anything. But Sony's dropping stuff, and, God of War does look like, I know people said, November, then it'll get delayed again, and then it's like, no, it's coming November, and they're just doubling down on it even more. And it's coming November. It has to. They're advertising this at, like, the opening weekend for football games. They're advertising it everywhere. Like, it's everywhere now. Like that, I'm just seeing God of War everywhere advertised, and it's dropping that day. Like the November date. So it's going to be a contender for Game of the Year. It looked great, and I think Sony did a really good job today with State of Play. I still do think they need a show, like a legit big, like 45-minute to an hour show.
I see people in the chat still saying things like God of War still don't look next gen. And I'm thinking to myself, what constitutes next gen for you? Because honestly, God of War right now, 2018 on the PlayStation 5 at 60 frames is freaking amazing looking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what you guys want in a game, but
you definitely can't go off a stream or even a YouTube video.
I know, but that looks better than most freaking anything you've ever played before.
Go
ahead, D-Bitch.
No, I was gonna say, as a graphics whore, I gotta agree with you, Fonz. That game looks fantastic, and yes, they are using some of the assets, but it's a much cleaner image. The character models, from what I've seen so far, they seem to be more detailed. Even the animations seem to be improved, and you're gonna get a good game because the first one was excellent. They're just gonna expand upon that. So, this is one of those games that you should complain about graphics. It looks fantastic.
Chat, by the way, let us know if anybody on the panel's low or anything like that. I'm constantly in the background monitoring stuff on the audio, trying to make sure everything's good. But
and this is a big thing for Sony. I'm not. Let's be honest, because Cory Barlog is not working on God of War Ragnarok. He is not the game director on it. It's another guy. So they have another team with Cory building something else, while this other person that they've trusted. This is what Sony does: build like stuff in house. Another person they trusted to direct this, and it looks really good. And obviously it needs to come out, and we need to see what it is. If it comes out buggy as all hell like Horizon did, that'll suck. But I just think it's going to be extremely polished, and It's just another big AAA studio, like it seems like in Xbox that expanded into two teams, or sorry, in Sony that expanded into two teams.
Yep.
And it's like you got to give him credit, man. I'm not going to sit here and talk shit because I love God of War and I'm going to play it.
Fucking Boba. He said turn Zocker to 0.
Stupid. Hey, Hargy, giving away more Game Pass Ultimate codes. If you win these codes, give Hargy a thumbs up and let us know who won them. Obviously, he's giving away 3 months of it. Game Pass Ultimate. Nano says RDX 720p online does what mine cannot. I do not know what that means, sir, but thank you. And then we got Hargeet giving away Halo. Oh, yeah, 2,200 Halo credits. I forget those are a thing, and he gives those away sometimes. It trips me up. And then we've also got a couple other...
Like V-Bucks
I got these.
Halo.
Go
ahead, get the rest, and I'll kind of move
Nano
forward.
Polymath says, see Jimbo having an exclusive release on console and on PC doesn't mean the death of a console. Xbox will still survive, just as you would without ABK titles. No reason for fears and tears. Look at that.
No reason for tears for fears.
I mean, let's not compare Team Ninja's exclusive to Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Let's just not. Let's not compare any game to Call of Duty. Like Call of Duty is like genre defining. Like it's
Stellar Blade is gonna compete with Call of Duty. So
Stellar Blade and Team Ninja, like let's not do that. That's not the same thing.
I think you're wrong, Zucker. It's just as big and important too.
Oh, you know what? The
so.
PSVR Star Wars game's gonna wreck COD.
Gonna wreck your butthole.
Ugh.
Go ahead and get down.
Lightsaber Center. We got Tony Bryant, member for 35 months. Happy to be here live. 20 minutes of meh. To me, only God of War look like something I want to play. By the way, both Horizon and God of War were 2021 games, just delayed.
Yeah.
I mean, everything got delayed.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah,
We got Riskit who says Fortnite looks next gen. I'm sure it does for you, Riskit.
Even at 720p, 2 meg up.
That's the best
dude,
one.
that looks amazing.
Yeah,
I've only got 185 drop frames so far, by the way. So hey, it's we're good. Keep going.
Yeah, we got Dark CMF. He dropped an NBA 2K23 US code. So there you go, guys. And Hargy dropped an AC Legendary Collection US code just now.
Hang on.
Damn.
Dark CMF just dropped NBA 2K23 in the chat, guys. If you want to check out this one, it's definitely an improvement. Like it's legitimately an improvement on multiple levels.
Your console like
it does not actually crash your console. The fucking Play Now roster screen doesn't glitch in and out to a black screen. And the career mode is much better as well. Like there's even a triple threat co-op online mode. We still need All-Star Team Up though. Like that's still not in there. So if you're wondering though, it's definitely worth the money in my opinion. I like everything about it better pretty much over the last one. But anyways, anyone else want to say anything about this little show they had today? They showed a cool God of War trailer, a new controller. They showed some kind of samurai game, and then the Eve, I think it's called. And then they showed they chose Tekken 7, which apparently was not CGI.
Tekken 8.
Tekken
8. Okay, Tekken 8, which is not CGI. And then what else?
Some VR stuff.
Some
VR stuff.
PSVR.
I think
stuff. Yeah, whatever.
I think just overall
Doesn't
it was a
matter.
pretty good show, man. I don't want to say as a PlayStation fan, but as someone that owns a PlayStation, I was satisfied with the show. It gave me stuff to look forward to. Some of the stuff they showed was in 2023, so it isn't too far off. Some was 2024, and then of course we got the VR stuff that's coming early next year. So I thought overall it was a pretty good show. I think it was overdue because Sony's kind of been quiet recently. So I give it a 8 or what is that, a B- or a B+, whatever.
But what do you think about their show on the 8th?
What did they show at that? Wasn't that all VR?
It didn't exist, D-Batch. It's fake insiders.
D-Batch, Jesus Christ. It was people that thought they knew what they were talking about, but they don't know what the fuck.
What was the show before, though, where they showed all VR? When was that show?
That was like a year ago in the summer.
No, when
that
they
was
showed
fire.
PSVR 2 stuff.
It was,
No.
January.
Today they showed some stuff.
That was at the show that they do every year in Las Vegas for tech in 2021. Remember? It's where the TVs, where they show the TVs.
Oh,
CES?
CES, yeah, they actually did it at CES, if you remember.
Was it
I'll say
that
this.
long? Holy shit.
Yeah.
I'll say this about the show. One last thing. The thing about the show that I think that was comforting in a way is the fact that they showed some new IP coming to the console that I didn't know about, and it's coming soonish, because like next year, I had no idea what PlayStation 5 is going to bring out. Now I can
Spider-Man.
look forward to some of these, other titles that they've shown. So I mean, it's they had to run out and get third-party deals and stuff, but that's what you do. That's competing. I like what they're doing. At least I'm excited for that Ronin game. If that's 2023 or 2024, I mean, at least I know that's coming to that platform. I don't know, man. I'm just saying, at least I get to see new things on that console, because I really didn't know what was coming right around the corner for them, except for Spider-Man 2.
Well,
It's like really
I think
the only
everyone's
thing we know.
going to eat next year, which is great. They've had some great first party, and they made some pretty decent second party deals this year, or third party deals this year. Hopefully Xbox are ramping things up as well, and they can get some things out. But Tony Bryant, by the way, says happy to be here live. 20 minutes of Matt. I think you read that one, didn't you? Maybe someone else said something similar.
Yeah.
Crap. What the fuck just happened? Okay. I lost my spot.
That's one. He says, I award State of Play 1 point for every PlayStation exclusive they showed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm scrolling down here. There you go. You got it. So Tony Bryant, I didn't see yours earlier. My bad. But good seeing this chat, brother. Also, State of Play, we spent a good amount of time. We started 15, 20 minutes late. But
welcome to the Xbox podcast.
Let's go ahead and I don't want to spend that much time on that, but apparently there was a few interesting things. But something else that's interesting is Bonnie Ross leaving 343. Ooh. Now there are going to be people. I'm just going to say this first. If you can't listen to what we're saying, and you're thinking that we're attacking people because they have a medical thing going on and that's the real reason and all that stuff. No, it's not. It's not malicious like that. We're talking about a change of leadership, like we have, anywhere that has shown a lot of, weird incompetence. It's nothing personal or anything to do with that. We're not trying to attack anyone like that, but we have opinions on this stuff as people that play and enjoy those games. And it's literally made me stop playing Halo because of some of the things that haven't been there or some of the issues I keep hearing about. And there are official reasons as to why Bonnie Ross has left 343. I would like to know, for those that don't know, what are those official reasons, and does it bear any resemblance to maybe Initiative's official reasons for, people leaving, or, what's actually happening here, Fonz?
Look, I don't know. She says she's stepping away because, family and stuff. If that's true, I wish her family well and everything.
Yeah.
But, however, in the executive world and within the world of corporations, usually when things are going south and they get rid of people, they usually have them step down and use excuses like family or they're going to change career paths and things of that nature. You can look this up. This is lots of people have done it. It's
happened recently in Xbox. Actually,
well, she's announcing. This is an announcing of her retirement.
Yeah. Well, and they do that too. I'm just saying the timing is kind of impeccable. Look, I don't wish her any ill will. I've never said a bad word towards Bonnie herself or called her names or did any of that malicious stuff. I think that's disgusting. I don't condone that sort of thing. All I wanted was a change of leadership there at 343. And that is why I called for people like Bonnie to be removed, or somebody else come into the power there. And funnily enough, they replaced her with 3 different people, which is like kind of eye opening, right, Dealer? It's like, what was her job? Was she stretched too thin?
Listen, I'll say it. This isn't a coincidence. There have been similar situations with people at the Initiative that left for family reasons, and 2 weeks later announced they were working on Spider-Man again with Sony. There are, this stuff happens, and acknowledging the truth and saying maybe what some others won't doesn't mean that you're I don't know. There's some people out there that say again, you are a jerk because you say that. I ain't done, bitch. Hang on a second. I'm just saying that
just doesn't go together.
It does. It does go together, though. It really does.
You're comparing one person that worked at the Initiative for a year to a person that worked 15 years.
It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with what's happening with the product they've worked on and the timing of recent events. So it does make sense. It's exactly what it is, and it's very, very obvious what's happening here. Now, I personally, like many others, have been calling for leadership changes at one level or another at that studio for years, and so have a lot of people. I'm glad that Xbox agree and this has happened at this specific moment in time, right after all these updates came out, it's definitely not a coincidence. I'm hoping that those new 3 people that are apparently taking on the roles that Bonnie herself was holding are going to communicate. They're going to be honest with everybody around them, because I know for a fact that was an issue with Infinite before, with the last lead they had before the one they have now. Basically just lied about the state of the game, and he was, that excuse thing popped up, and he found, a reason to leave. That's something that's common, man. And I would love to know what the chat thinks about this. But again, no ill will towards her. We're not attacking her. We're just saying, hey, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying, hey, I'm glad the guy that fucked up the oil change in my car isn't doing it this time. I'm just saying, like, think about it that way.
Yeah, but here's a good thing about all this. What they're showing to me at Xbox is that I think they're really trying here to right the ship, because they did split her job into 3 different jobs now. That tells me that I mean, it's obvious that there was a problem there. That tells everybody. I mean, look.
I'm not gonna.
Her job
I just think it's more than that. I think it's more than like. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't blame her.
But that's a huge part of it, though.
Listen, I think she's the rock.
Hang on, Fonz, and then we'll come to Zucker.
Yeah. Just let me, Zucker. She's not the sole person to blame. However, her job being split into 3 is very telling, man. That tells you a lot.
That's not really true, because Pierre is the head. So he took over her job.
No, he's the head, but he's only running video games.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he's running. That's all he's the head of the studio.
She was doing.
But like, to me, the one thing we can say, like, oh, it's not one person to blame, but there's one person we can give thanks to why Halo's even still at Xbox, and that's her. Like, literally.
Yeah, that was how long ago? Okay.
What I'm saying is that
can we thank her for
and I'm going to say this. Everybody complained about Xbox dropping 1 thing or 3 things: Halo, Gears, and Forza. In her time running it, she dropped games. Sorry, I know some of them didn't come out all that great.
I mean, obviously.
Hold on. Let me finish. I let everybody else finish.
All right, go ahead. It's hard, dog. Go ahead.
I don't feel sorry for her. She's a fucking millionaire. I don't feel sorry for her. She's fine. I think that 343 as a studio has way more fucking work to do comparatively. I think that the guy that's going to be taking over the game, that's great. But if Bonnie Ross was doing 3 jobs or running the studio, the business, everything else, franchises, like, they freaking just split this up into 3 people. It's like, goddamn, for 15 years you did that? Like, at that point, that is, and by the way, running through this when Xbox or Microsoft was cutting funding to Xbox completely, like, she was running the studio.
What are you trying? What are you saying?
I'm not going to give shit to her for it. Like, yeah, she's gone. I just think 343 needs to do more. I think that it's
so. If you ran a business out there and it's going south, and you're at the top.
Who do they blame?
Whose fault is that, Zalker, for you not checking on the departments and you not checking in on progress here and you not making sure?
Somebody who takes the fall.
There is somebody that takes the fall.
So I'm asking you a question. Let's say you ran a fucking, I don't know, you were like, no, you like you like Euros, right? You ran a Euro shop. And these Euros taste like shit. Are we going to blame are you going to check in on the cook? Are you going to check your own quality? What are you going to do? Are you going to check your marketing? Like, you're in charge of this shit.
Like, if you're going to give like a Euro shop, I'm going to check on who handles the fucking pitas, who handles this, who handles that, every aspect.
And that all leads up to you checking on it to make sure the guy below you makes sure that the guy below makes sure this is.
I'm sorry. I know it's hard to hear, but like, Bonnie for 15 years dropped shit, and I get it.
She did drop shit.
And I hope her personal life.
And she dropped some trash too.
I hope everything's good. Yeah, she did drop some trash.
It's not about that though. The point is though the timing and all that stuff. But I want to hear from Tim. Go ahead. Tim, go ahead.
What I'm saying is that she wasn't a total failure, and what I'm saying is that
I agree with that.
She brought a lot of shit and new tech and pushed Halo to shit that we didn't even see.
But nobody here said she was a total failure.
Yeah, no one said that.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know what the new people come in and everybody's thinking like, oh, this is gonna fix it.
Can't get much worse.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it could get a lot worse.
Listen, it literally can't get much worse. I haven't seen a game like this big with this much potential fall so flat on ever.
I believe that too.
Listen, I'm going to compare this to anything like what you guys are talking about when you have a baseball team that's not performing or something's going on, the GM gets slashed. The fact of the matter was that for the past, I would say 9 months, Halo fans have been extremely disgruntled. And with this latest go around, when they had this update and they had the delay and they had all the information that pissed people off, no split screen. Literally, people wanted somebody's head on a platter.
Yep.
And that's what I think happened here. I agree with Dealer. I'm not going to say she's being dishonest, but I do think that the timing is just too coincidental. That I mean, I had DMs from a lot of people like, "We got need change. What's happening, Tim? Here, can you do this?" And I mean, this is from like top, like top Halo guys, like. So it was just an accumulation of that, and it's just like with anything else. I do believe that they decided, they probably had a meeting and decided it's time for her to leave. Now, what Zorker says, and I appreciate what he's trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't a complete failure. She did take Halo from being basically thrown away by Bungie because Bungie was going elsewhere, and while it didn't please many fans, she did get Halo 4 out to an 87 Metacritic, and it kind of did stabilize the franchise. Halo 5, we all know, was kind of a drop in quality. People were upset at the campaign. Yeah, it was. And then they had Halo Infinite, which they pretty much had a really good campaign, but then they dropped the ball with the and Halo MCC. Every one of her releases really always had kind of issues.
A lot of dropping the balls, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
but I don't think that you could go out there and say she was
The sole problem,
yeah. But I listen. I kind of feel like it was it's in the best interest now for people to move on, because not for nothing. I could tell just even people on this cast, people want to change. They wanted somebody set on a platter, and a lot of times this is what happens, and this is what happened. She basically was let go, or she thought better of it, and they're moving on. I know that they've
been doing it the whole time, even during the development.
They weren't the happiest in the beginning of the year. I could say that.
No, remember all those people leaving Halo, lead this, lead that. Everybody was leaving, so they knew there was something wrong. And at the end of it all, that's what they did. They're like, okay, well, all these people in the management didn't do their job or weren't given the resources, whatever the reasoning is, they weren't able to do it. So yes, now we got to look at you, Bonnie. And now we got to look at you, Bonnie, and that's what they did. And I get it. That's the whole point. And I said this in my video. I don't feel sorry for her. I think that Halo does need change, and I think it needs more change than just a different person or different. I think it needs completely new ideas.
No. And who starts those ideas?
New ideas.
Different people. That's what I'm saying. New blood.
I just want to say, like what Tim said is right on the money, and I think that they got a lot of ideas. They can't execute on those ideas. And Pixel bit in the chat box, he says she gave me a Halo Wars. That was Ensemble Studios, actually. It was a pretty decent contract there with them to make that game. But I just want to say that, again, we're not attacking her. We're not saying that she's the sole problem. I don't like that when people we're having a discussion about something and it goes from all left or right or gray area to all the way to somewhere else where it wasn't even. No one said that she was the sole problem or anything like that. I think that management is always key because they are the ones who are always 100% of the time pretty much making those discussions, right? So, or making those decisions. So I think that change should likely be good for 343. And I do not buy any of the excuses that when someone leaves something like that, especially if they're so long, the timing is right there. What it is, what it is. It happens all the time. We've seen it from a lot of different people. It doesn't mean we're calling them liars. We're just telling you how it works in the corporate industry and the things that we're told behind the scenes. I'm happy with the change just because that means they are thinking about it. They're responding. Right. Well, that's what we want. So hopefully we see something change up a little bit. D-Batch, I didn't hear from you though. What are your thoughts on some of this?
Say, you know what? The buck, it stops with the boss, man. And she's going to have to take the fall. It doesn't matter if she was competent or somewhat competent in her job. She oversees everything, and it stops with her. And let's just be honest, all of these, like you alluded to, all these releases were marred with something. There was something wrong. Multiplayer was broken or modes were missing. Like on Halo Infinite, where we still don't have co-op. We still don't have ray tracing. So something had to be done. You know, she's taking at least she's retiring, so she's at least leaving on her own will. But trust me, if she wasn't going to do that, she was going to get canned. So I think it's a good thing for the franchise. I think now with new ideas, maybe we can implement some shit into the game and actually get it into the game. And the fact that they're replacing her, how many said 3 people they're replacing her with?
Mm-hmm.
I think that bodes well, man.
Just so people know, the new shit's not going to be coming to the game anytime soon because they use a lot of support studios from Russia, which they can't work with anymore.
Yeah.
So those are not going to come anytime soon.
I heard some story. There was like some animation that was glitched, and they had to like go and call those people to come back in to fix that animation because like it's just
they still
mess.
outsource. Like, that's a problem. They outsource a lot of the devs,
and they
only
did that
keep them on for a short time
because they wanted to get the game out this past year.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a problem. But again, new leadership. Hopefully, they change a lot of that. You know, stuff that's going on within the the studio. Hopefully they right the ship, but it's going to take years, guys. I don't think this is going to be like an overnight thing. It's going to take.
If I'm being honest here, and I hate to say this as much as I love Halo, I think some of the damage is irreversible. To be honest with you, because Halo was like a pinnacle in gaming, and it's become a laughingstock. Like the campaign was good. I'm not going to say the campaign was good, but it wasn't to the level where we all wanted it to be, where it needed to be. And I don't know, man. It's going to be a hard road back, man.
It wasn't the campaign that did the damage, it's their lack of support post-launch. But Boba Fett, by the way, he says everyone's overcomplicating it. There was just simply an opening in the gulag. She was next in line. That's that's truthful.
I'm looking forward to what's next in Halo. I'm excited for the new blood. I'm excited for something different to come through, and I'm not going to judge these new people on like Halo Infinite's updates that come out. I'm going to be judging them on the next story mission or campaign or Halo, whatever comes out in the next 3 years. That's what I'm going to judge. Everything else, like
you're not
right
judging
now,
them on the updates?
No, because that shit's put in place. Like they already know what they're doing. Like,
they broke the game with the last update, even worse, according to some people.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm saying the new leadership. I'm gonna judge them on their next game, or if
How
it's
about judging them on that net code, bro.
I'm gonna judge Halo Infinite going forward based on exactly what they do and how they fix things or don't fix things. But again, somebody said in the chat, hey, they don't play Halo much anymore because of all the issues going on. I'm in the same boat. Like beat the campaign pretty much twice. One on a pre-release review copy, didn't get any time or achievements on that, but I had the review out, and then again, almost pretty much through the second time on the official copy, waited for co-op. Co-op got delayed again, and it's just multiple levels of weird things going on. So I'm glad there is some change, and I think this is a positive. I don't want this to be like a negative thing. It's not. It's a positive, and we got to give a shout out to over 1,000 people watching live, guys. Thanks for tuning in to RDX in 720p. 5 times lower bit rate than ever in history, because tomorrow my ISP is going to come here and rip the whole fucking house apart, and we're going to redo everything because it's got to be something. It's on their end. We've proven that much. We'll figure it out. But right now, show looking a little not crispy. But let us know your thoughts, by the way, guys.
Smooth.
I want to say something. One of the things, though, I can say on the positive side, this buys them a little bit more time. And I had talked about this that, obviously Joe Staten was lauded for his turning around the studio or getting the campaign back to where it needed to be. But I heard for a long time Pierre really was really good in that process and other processes. So maybe there, obviously there's going to be change, and maybe there's a little glimmer of hope there. I don't think it's dead. I just think this was a time that it was probably needed, and now it kind of buys them time. And like I said, numerous people wanted a head on the platter, and they got it. And just like with any other business, sports, or anything that goes with this stuff always happens, and it all boils up to the top. You know what I mean? And when you have a situation you had, despite all the other things, sometimes things like this need to happen. And
hey, Tim,
I feel like it did need to happen, to be honest.
Tim, have you heard anything about the Slip Space engine at all? Like any kind of rumblings that it's not?
What I've heard, the biggest problem, and I think someone just alluded to it, was they had a lot of contractors which at one time I thought was a great thing. I used to remember saying
Mhm.
they have 1,300 people working on this, and their core studio is only 500. That actually was a detriment.
Yep.
Because
Fuck
when,
yeah,
when,
it
the,
is.
when the game came out, and everyone left. And what you're talking about, they had farmed out that whatever
The
that
first showings of the game, right?
Yeah, they know the animation that they couldn't fix that people were complaining about. They farmed it out to a certain developer, and they couldn't get in touch with the developer.
It's not just when the game's over; it's years.
Mhm.
A lot of
Yeah.
contracting companies make it that you could only contract for a company for 2 to 3 years, and then you can't do it again. It's like labor laws almost, because they want to make sure that people aren't being taken advantage of just contract and not getting a stable like career or FTE position. So that's what's happening, and Microsoft just let those people walk. And
Yep.
to me, I don't want to know the goddamn studio's head anymore. Like, I don't want to know who's running this shit, because they should be like an offensive lineman in football. I don't need to hear your name. Like, I need you to just run the shit. Like, who is the head studio of Sony Santa Monica?
Corey Barlog is. I think
No,
he's
he's
the.
not. He's
It's
not
it's
there.
that it's that one
It's some
chick.
gal.
What is her name?
Yeah.
Nope.
Who is it?
It's this guy
Right.
named Young Yang.
Young Yang. I know him.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So nobody knows who the fuck that guy is, because we don't need to. Because they just run
But we
shit.
would need to though if there were problems with the game.
Exactly.
We'll
and that's
see.
what
So
I'm
what do you
saying.
mean
I don't
exactly?
wanna-
You just
I
said we don't
wanna
need to know who he is.
So
that's
Zucker,
my
so
point.
Zucker,
Once if I know their name,
let
then
me
there's
prove a
something
point
wrong.
I
to
don't
you
mind
then.
knowing
Let
who
me-
it is. I just,
No,
you
no,
know,
no.
I just if there's issues, man, like just the boot for everyone. I don't care.
But
You know.
here's the thing. Here's my point, Zucker. So if the next God of War comes out and it's not good, okay, and there's serious problems with the story or whatnot, whatever it could be, then you got to point fingers at him, right? Because he's the new guy.
That's what I'm
He's a new
saying.
guy
I
in
want it to
charge.
be. I don't want to hear who they are. Like that's like in
Well,
every
then-
studio.
then you
like
would.
that's the whole point. And that's why I know. I know Bonnie's gone. That's why I know, because of Halo Infinite. I said it. I was like, it does need change. And that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not like defending her. She's just gone. It's
Me-
over. So we do need change.
But see, this isn't the
He's
first
a changed
time
man
I've
now,
heard-
chat.
I've heard
No, I
her
just
name.
gave credit where credit's due. That's all.
I've heard her name for years, ever since freaking Halo, after Halo 4 even, I've heard her name. So, like, I still think,
Young
I
Yang.
still think that she's had problems over the years, okay, with many games. So this ain't the first time. It's not like
No, it's
Halo
not.
Infinite's the first time she's had an issue with the team.
I think she's had.
don't
I
know.
think she's had enough chances. Let's just be honest here. She's
That's
had
what I'm
more than
getting
enough
at, yeah.
chances, man. And we need to know who these people are. Who the hell are we gonna throw our stones at? We need
Lil
to know
Wayne
who
is
they are.
running Ubisoft now, but we've been on this for a little bit. Again, guys, thanks for
we have.
thanks for joining us. We started about 20 minutes late. Hit the like button. Tell a buddy to we're live. We do appreciate you. Zonker, we got some chance to catch up on a lot of. It's perfect timing because a lot of guys are talking about this subject. But go ahead and read these off, and if we got to give some input, we will. Jedi Knight Peter had a really good one actually, which I want to start with. And you know, obviously it's down the list, but he says, should they really focus on supporting Halo Infinite or start with Halo 7 and just kind of redo it? And I think it's a middle ground. I think that the thing to do for maybe a reintroduction or just kind of a re-streamlining of technology and how they get that production out and how they get these games out properly and support them afterwards would be just to kind of start again. But you also don't really want to do that because you do have a pretty good platform for that is Halo Infinite. So it's a tricky one, Peter, man, but it's a really, really good question. But go ahead, Zucker. So you can start at the top.
We got a shit ton. We got the manga Enigmon 343 might finally get a chance. Yep, we got Risk It. He says, it always sucks that someone had to move on from a job for any reason, but it had to happen. We all knew it. I just want Halo to be the best it can.
Facts.
Yep, we all do, man. We got Hargeet. She was fired. A retirement is announced ahead of time, and there's a transition. No need to feel sorry for her losing her job. She is likely another Microsoft millionaire.
Facts.
Facts, Hard.
We got Ryan. He says, Pierre Hintz has been in charge of bringing MCC back. He's now the head of 343. Him with Joe Staten should be a setup for success. Fingers crossed.
I want to say
And
this
then
about
we wish
Pierre,
the-
my man from France, probably. All right. Now, every time I heard about these MCC updates, I'm thinking, what the fuck? Who's doing this shit? And it's running on multiple engines layered on a new remaster one with multiple net codes layered on top of each other, right? And they're still updating this shit and getting stuff out. Halo Infinite's over here in the corner, like just watching Master Chief bang an alien or something like Cortana. I just don't.
What?
I was always thinking that whoever's running the Master Chief collection stuff and updating that, maybe they should be tagged onto Infinite in some way. But is he still supporting MCC though, Zauker?
I don't think so. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know who's working on MCC.
Okay.
I mean, I just know it keeps getting. I know MCC right now from people that I know and friends that I know. They are playing MCC more than they're playing Infinite because MCC is way more stable and everything. Even though that game when it launched was like fucking trash bag for 2 years, right? Like it was just like the worst thing for 2 years. But yeah, let's move on. We got Gaz. He says, hire me 343. I'll fix Halo and add DMNT in the vending machines. He'll also talk about how your scope got too big like Fable. We got
shit.
how to murder him.
Yeah,
We got
go ahead. I was going to make a joke.
again. He said, to be fair, 343 had to make Halo Infinite during the time Xbox was in trouble and didn't have much budget. 2015 and 2017, Xbox was in question as a business. They did what they could with what they had.
The game was in development from 15 to 2021.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He said 15 and 2017 when Xbox was like questioning as a business. That's when they were developing it in the beginning, the foundation.
Yeah,
so
I don't think Halo was ever being questioned as if it was going to be made or not. Halo was always going to be made. It was always the top priority there.
Yeah, hopefully they got the funding. We got Drawn TJ. I think she had too much on her plate. They needed new management. It's better for Halo now. It's got even more talent. I like the new studio head choice. There you go. We got Spinal 11. So you don't think it weird she puts in her resignation and they already had people to fill the job? Nah, they knew she was getting sacked. Oh, of course. We got Nano Polymath. You're only as good as your last job. 2 years of a mess still falls on leadership slap, leadership slap and desk. Maybe hands-off approach didn't help either, but leadership should have spoken up. We got RL Stein. Not that I am ever quick enough to get any of the codes, but still, Hargeet, you're one of the most generous people in the Xbox community. 2-week Xbox Game Pass Ultimate code. He put it out there.
That is facts.
Man, that's facts. Big shout out to Hargeet. Big shout out to Dark CMF. Hargeet always stepping up every single week.
Yeah, man.
Again, guys, thanks for giving away the codes. And again, if you're winning them, let us know.
We got Nano Polymath. Sorry, there's a shit ton. I just want to get through them. We got Nano Polymath. End Halo Infinite with Forge and start fresh. Release new when ready under new team. I actually agree.
I'd be good with that.
Yeah. And then we got the Jedi Knight Peter one that you read. And then we got RWK88. He says, dang, now it's just Gears and Forza. We got John Carucha. He says, when Bonnie got hired, she said she wanted to be like George Lucas and wanted total control of everything. You can see the quote she made when she got hired on Destin's video on this subject.
Who's Destin?
That's what she wanted.
So she said she wanted total control.
Star Wars flicks. So.
She said she wanted total control.
Disney ruined Star Wars.
That's what I was saying earlier. So basically,
she ruined his own movies. Yeah.
Don't talk shit about my man George Lucas. All right. After those new movies, those movies are fucking masterpieces.
Fucking Academy Awards.
Yes.
We got Chris R. On the subject of studio heads, did they ever announce a replacement for Rod Ferguson at the Coalition? I'm curious who is running Gear 6.
The trash can. No, we don't know. I'm sure somebody competent though. We'll see.
Mike Crump.
Shout out to Mike Crump. keep
Oh my god! Good job, Mike. Do your thing, bro.
Hey, but
Let's see how Gears is.
Again, shout out to Mike Crump. Shout out to Chris R. Shout out to everyone in the super chat. Everyone in the chat. Everyone hitting the like button. Telling their friends we're live and whatnot. We do appreciate you. Enjoyed the. This is one of my first matches in Fortnite. We had some fun. So you haven't said nothing on this, and you got in here. The first matches me, you, Colt played. We won every single time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you were like kicking your little feet in the air, laying on the bed. You were so excited.
Trash, bro.
Oh God,
bro, I don't play this game. What are you fucking talking about?
I looked at your gamer card and it told on you.
Shit. That was my son. I said, go ahead and.
He was in the party saying you killed someone. I heard it.
No. Yeah, I played with you guys and I had some fun with you guys. It's fun with friends. It really is. The one thing that turned me off about this game completely was the whole base building thing. So that's gone. You have this mode where you just shoot each other, and I could deal with that. That's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not bad, man. But again, Bonnie Ross leaving 343. Let us know what you guys think about that. Jim Ryan, he was crying up a little storm the other day. I don't know if you guys heard, but he's saying that Microsoft's Call of Duty deal that they offered to Sony is far from adequate. 3 years is not enough time. What the hell has some other stuff had apparently come out? Because here's the thing: everyone's like, Call of Duty's going everywhere. It's going to do all this stuff. We're saying on this show, we think there's more to this. Their wording is fucked up. They didn't put their foot in the ground. They said the same thing again. The third time they said something, and we're just not certain if it's Warzone, if it's free to play, if it's the same version. They did kind of clarify some of that, but then for how long? What if they make a new IP? There are so many variables. And again, Phil was we covered it last week. Phil was saying for several years. What does that mean? And now Jim Ryan's saying that their deal they offered was not adequate. 3 years. And he's saying they cannot come up with a competitor to that. And he's trying to basically tell and make sure the deal falls through. That's why they're saying this over there.
Telling.
So what's happening with this? This actually came out and happened, right? Jim Ryan said this. They're offering him 3 years, Salker.
Yeah, I mean, he came out because he said that Phil Spencer came out and made it publicly. And he's like, I thought this was an internal thing, an internal business decisions. So I'm going to come publicly to set the record straight. And he basically said that it was inadequate, that they were giving him 3 years of Call of Duty. Then after that, it gets murky. And he got really mad. And it's funny because Phil Spencer's quote is basically saying, this is unprecedented that we even have to do this. Like, it is like the deal that they're giving Sony with the 3 year basically guarantee is unprecedented in gaming. Like, no one else has done that where they're like, no, we're going to keep your games here. And he talks about, Jim Ryan does, he talks about, oh, well, you're not caring about PlayStation gamers and their experience. And basically, like, he doesn't care about that and the experience that the gamers have, the consumer, right?
Right.
And it's like, no, of course he doesn't. It's not his fucking platform, bro.
I had to buy a PlayStation to play Spider-Man. I enjoyed that game a lot, but it was fucking annoying.
Yep. Doesn't care about us.
That's what annoys me the most is the hypocrisy, man. Like, first of all, how many exclusive games you got on PlayStation, and you're gonna cry that Microsoft could potentially remove it from your platform? Shut up, man.
Where's Final Fantasy on Xbox? Where's it at?
I think it was gracious that I think what Phil was doing basically was going to give them 3 years additional on top of the time that they already had a deal with. And then after that, renegotiate to give them some fucking power, right? To say, hey, stop doing this fuck shit on this game or that game, and we'll give you Call of Duty for another 2 years, 3 years. It was like a bargaining chip. Now, you guys know my stance on this game. I think it's a big game, and I think it is best to have it everywhere just for revenue purposes. But I'm also a petty guy. And being a petty guy, after Jim Ryan comes out and says this shit, after the 3 years, I wouldn't put it on the PlayStation.
Hey, D, what if he said, look, I know I gave you 3 years, big dog, but to make it 4 or even more, we're going to need that Spider-Man 1 and 2 and every other Spider-Man game you make from that point forward, along with maybe this or that, to come to Xbox in return.
I say do it. I say go for it, man. It's business. You get that bacon, man, and use your bargaining chips. And Call of Duty, you better believe it, is a huge bargaining chip. And mark my words, this year's Call of Duty is going to rejuvenate the franchise. From what I've seen so far, holy shit, it looks amazing, man.
Ooh-wee.
So I don't know, man. Like, Jim Ryan needs to shut up, really. He needs to just be quiet because there's no other platform. Well, okay, Nintendo, but we don't really care about Nintendo. There's no other platform that we care about that has as many exclusives as Sony does. So for him to say that is just, it's laughable.
Yeah, Splatoon, by the way, that apparently sold like crazy, and I'm thinking, holy shit, like people are really, they got their market, man. I think in the long term, it's really going to hurt them when the console doesn't strike gold like we saw it with the Wii U. That they were basically heading towards death row right there, and then the Switch comes out, and boom, lightning in a bottle again because they're competing with themselves, right, with the mobile console platform like that. Third parties just don't adopt in the long run. If you don't strike gold after every single time you're launched in the system, yes, may you survive, sure, but it's not going to help you eventually. So I think they got really, really dedicated first party fans, though. I would like to see games like Spider-Man and some of that stuff come to Xbox, but if it came between maybe getting Call of Duty over there and getting that in return or some other stuff, I'm just throwing that out there. Just thought about it. Would you see that maybe being some bargaining chips, Swans, or you think he's just like, fuck that, I'm not giving you this, you can keep all your shit?
Look, I think that's a pipe dream to expect Sony to give up anything like that because they're greedy. They won't do that. I think Jim just needs to stop, whining about it and just, get some of his great, fantastic studios over there to build something that can compete. Now, it may not freaking compete with the likes of COD in a way that, overtakes COD or anything, but they seriously need shooters over there. They do.
Killzone's amazing fun.
The problem is, that's the thing.
SOCOM. Why not relaunch SOCOM?
They have so many IP that they can bring back. SOCOM is one of them. Killzone. Now, the thing I said on my show was Guerrilla Games, Killzone, the mechanics weren't that good, but it was a beautiful game. But you take Bungie and you take Guerrilla and you come together and you try to build a first-person shooter, those two teams can get it done.
I like it.
Why they won't do something like that instead of crying, I don't know. The facts remain this. They've relied heavily on third-party deals for far too long, for many, many years. They've relied heavily on their sole exclusives of being third-person action-adventure games that it's going to hurt them now. With the industry changing now, with this big shakeup, ABK deal, this is going to hurt immensely because they don't have games like this. So gamers that like this sort of thing, they're going to be at a loss with the PlayStation. So, of course, they're going to go over to Xbox. Yeah, they got all the shooters and stuff. That's the problem. Jim and company have relied too much on their own types of games and not really expanded in the first-person shooter genre or any type of shooter in so long that it's screwed them over.
They've tried. They seemingly just continued to kind of fall short.
And now that they got Bungie, again, put Bungie at work, man. Take some of their team and put them with another studio there, like Guerrilla, build an FPS and kick ass with it. That's what I want to see.
I think they will. I think they will try to share ideas and techniques as well. Mr. Bushido says, Killzone sucks, and that's because the last one wasn't made by the creators of Drive Club. That last part's my part. But, they got to play around a little bit, man. There may be a SOCOM being made. Not sure yet on that, but I heard about that a long time ago.
Somebody in the chat, because somebody said Bungie is multiplayer. Yes, their deal is that their games, their IP, are still published and developed by Bungie. They push their own games out. However, they're still underneath Sony. So Sony can use them and use their assets, use whatever they want, really, use their team and make something new. They can do that together.
I don't think SOCOM or anything like that's the answer. I think that they need to just make a fucking new game that can compete with it. Because SOCOM, I love SOCOM. It's one of my favorite games on the PS2 or wherever it was. But again, Ubisoft has done it already and done it better, right? With Wildlands, stuff like that. It kind of gives me that SOCOM vibe. And not to mention, it's not a Twitch shooter like Call of Duty. So I think that the whole point of this is that Phil's already went above and beyond, and Xbox has gone a bit above and beyond to help Sony. The one thing I want to see is Sony being the whole deal with Destiny where they got a strike. That shit irritates me. That's degrading gamers because you're taking games that exist on other platforms and just holding content for the hope that a couple 100,000 will join your platform instead. It's just a shitty business.
That's a badass strike. Fuck.
It's stupid, man. And that was one of the best deals ever because a lot of people thought Destiny was exclusive to Sony for a long time. And it was one of the probably one of the most vital deals of last generation. And so just to hear that or see that really does piss me off. And so when you see this basically hypocrisy of you don't care about Sony's gamers, it's like, bro, fucking seriously? You don't care about any other gamer except for Sony, and then even then, it's even these deals are bad, and then
Jim Ryan's the same guy that said that Series S doesn't make any sense, even though the fucking thing is he sees the thing selling, right?
He believes in generations.
He believes in generations till he don't. Spider-Man only for the SSD and all this other shit. And in fact, Microsoft have proven that they care more about the general consumer than anybody by offering cross-buy, cross-save, cross-play before, Sony, of course. Not only that, but they've been having their games and left Minecraft on there and brought other little Minecraft games onto the PS4. Didn't fuck with none of that shit. Sony were forced to bring MLB over to the Xbox. The fact that Jim Ryan's even saying shit, the motherfucker's drunk. I'm convinced.
Yeah. Well, listen, what he said was laughable. He tried to make a plea for public opinion He opened his mouth on something he should have never opened his mouth on. It was a clear NDA. He tried to implicate Phil. The whole thing blew up in his face. A lot of the Xbox community was absolutely enraged because of everything that we just mentioned and just went through about how he does these exclusive deals, exclusive DLCs, and
Hogwarts has one. Sniper 2K6 says that Hogwarts, the Legacy Hogwarts, has an exclusive mission on a PlayStation, and then the Spider-Man thing on Avengers, right? Remember that? Like, it's only on PlayStation.
Man.
It's like,
Exactly.
it's like cool. You're such a piece of shit.
Right, like so he has all these little things and these exclusive deals, and then where Xbox wants to come up and really do a big thing, it's like, oh no, big bad corporation, we can't compete with this, which is pathetic because they're always the first ones to tout how many they sell, how well they're doing. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't think that Sony is gonna be without Call of Duty. I think a lot of people thought that Phil was basically going to be a cupcake and not, look to have return on investment on this deal, where you have to have return on investment. And what it means is after the deal, which Brad Smith detailed, the exclusive deal with Sony ends at the end of 2024. You have an additional 3 years tacked onto that, where you basically get it on your platform for free. They're going to make the game. They're going to release the game. And then after that 3 years, then the bargaining is going to begin. And what's the bargaining going to be? You got to pay me so-and-so to have your game on the platform.
The bargaining's going to be like, you need Game Pass on your platform.
Right, or something like that. But there's going to be bargaining, and there's going to be some type of, some type of give back to Microsoft, because, when you have a $68 billion deal, you're going to have to get return on investment, and you have to, you have to leverage your IPs and all that stuff. I just don't think that you're going to have an argument here that Microsoft is just too big and too, that they can't compete with that. Where Sony's doing very well as it is. They even though it will still be Xbox's IP, they'll probably still outsell, or they'll have the majority take. For the when it starts to turn over. But I think the deal's going to go through, and I think the way they went about this and how it's been such a highly contested and kind of drama deal, I wouldn't be surprised if Xbox just says, screw it, let's we got this deal done, let's double down and let's do something else. I think that's the mindset, or that's the feeling that I'm getting. They as we all know, from the beginning of the year, they've been really tight about this. And, if they can get the deal done, it's going to be huge. But I don't think they're looking to make it all exclusive, all exclusive anymore. They're just going to want some type of return on investment and some type of dealings, which Sony should know.
They're just going to want Game Pass. They're going to want Game Pass on there. This is all about like PC, mobile. That's what Activision Blizzard is. And then It's also about pushing Game Pass. And in 3 or 4 or 5 years, they're going to go to Sony and be like, yeah, you can have Call of Duty on there. You can have all of them, actually. Just give us Game Pass on your platform.
Give us those users, bitch.
Yep, 100%.
And Sony'd be like, fuck you, we have PlayStation Premium on here. And we're not letting their competing service on here with ours.
This is why Sony's just playing catch up with all this stuff now. They've been caught with their pants down, essentially, after the Bethesda deal, the ABK deal. They don't know what to do. Right now, again, like I said earlier, they need these types of games. They've got to create games because they've relied too heavily on third party. And they were just caught, and it's just like, they're like, whoa, what are we going to do? Because when people say, oh, it's no big deal if they lose COD, because I see some people saying that. That's over $1 billion in revenue a year, man. Yeah,
that's why Sony are crying publicly for the first time I've ever really can remember about something like this.
Yeah, they would have done it with Minecraft 100%, but they had the behind the scenes was saying like, yeah,
Xbox messaging was like, calm down, bitch, hang on, you can still play it, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
And
you
by the
got it.
way,
Don't worry. They're like, okay.
And by the way, Biff,
Thanks.
you're wrong for that one, bro. You are wrong for that one. He said Jim should go handle some family medical issues.
Oh
in
my
quotes.
God, that's fucked up.
Hey,
No, Jim should
Fucking
just stop
Biff.
being a hypocrite and stop forgetting all the dumb shit that contradicts what he said, because he's proven it with his actions. So again, chat, let us know
and
your
you know what?
thoughts.
That sucks because there's some things that Jim is doing right, in my opinion.
I like his hair.
But like moving the games to PC is the right thing to do. That's a right move.
100%.
Yeah,
I
because
agree
he's
with
seen
that.
Xbox do it and he knows that it's
Okay.
a winning formula.
And
that
yeah,
money?
exactly. And you know, for me, it's I'm thinking that he's doing all this stuff begrudgingly. I don't think he wants to necessarily. He just has to. Like it's like this is the play we have to make now to compete. And yeah, it's sad, but again, they got caught with their pants down.
They should keep them shits up more often. But
They need
hey,
a belt. Jim needs a belt.
again, chat, let us know what you think about all that. Almost 1,100 people watching it. The like button. Tell everybody you were live. We do appreciate it. And once more, some really, really interesting topics this week. The is that so 3 years? Yeah, I mean, if I don't know what he
That's
expected.
generous,
Did he expect
bro.
10 years? Like they don't owe them nothing. And again, that speaks to how desperate Sony have become by openly saying the 3-year deal they're offering us is pathetic. Like they didn't have to offer you shit, and the only reason he said it is in an attempt to gain negative public interest and to push negativity towards that deal to try to get it to shut down, basically.
You're right.
And I think it proves the opposite of what he's saying, that Xbox or Phil Spencer doesn't care about PlayStation fans. It shows that he actually does care about PlayStation fans, allowing it to continue to be on that platform in the first place. Because let's just be honest, if that was Sony, Sony's really spiteful and they're vicious when the ball's in their court. It wouldn't even be a thing. It would just be exclusive. That's it. Forget about it. Come buy a PlayStation. This is the greatest place to play the best shooter in the world. And they would market it and run with it like that. So I don't know, man. It's just a bunch of bullshit, man.
We do have some information here on 007, which is coming. Again, a remake of 00764, which has been rumored for fucking 10 years or more. But we'll get into that. Deathloop also might be coming September 20th. It may be coming this year. They're just locked down on the marketing. We've said it before, but I've also been told that it wasn't coming this year. I don't know either way. We'll see. 007 coming to Xbox. It's a remake, but there's no multiplayer, Zalker, and that's kind of almost pointless. No online
there's a
multiplayer. No online
There's
multiplayer.
There's an online multiplayer. It's just on Nintendo Switch. You better get a Switch, bitch.
Oh, shit.
Yep, get a
It's
Switch,
the weirdest
bitch.
thing.
Man,
It's a-
Jim
it's
Ryan
a-
bitching about that. End of the world.
I don't know, but that sucks that it's only on Switch. I don't.
Why
get it,
the
man. Like,
fuck did they
that's
choose the
like-
most dog
You know
shit
why?
fucking network on Sprint's fucking cell towers to run any kind of
Okay, 'cause-
multiplayer with?
Let's be honest. Who wants to go back to that fucking game anyway? Honestly, I loved GoldenEye back in the day, but it plays like ass now. I mean, when
Have
you've
you played the
other
new one, Fonz?
games, it does not play well.
Listen,
It
on
does not
Nintendo
play
Switch's
well
network,
anymore.
you know, that's the real shit right
I'm
there.
talking about just the mechanics alone of the game. It's archaic, man. It's dated. Move the fuck on. All these people going, I want a GoldenEye. I want GoldenEye back. It's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. And I want to see you put hundreds of hours into that game because you've been screaming it for hundreds of hours.
Nostalgia is
No,
a hell of
you
a
won't.
drug, okay?
Yeah, it is. It's a hell of a drug. But when you go back to some of these old games, I'm sorry, they play like shit,
Mhm.
especially when you're playing new games today. It doesn't make sense. Like if they remastered this and it was totally different mechanics and shit and it felt great, then I'd be all for it. But let's be real. It's fucking
I agree with you. I think for the nostalgic feeling, I think people will play it, and I'll probably play it for like a day. But yeah, it's
for like an hour or
it's-
10 minutes.
it's dated for sure. And if they were to bring it back, they should bring it back completely revamped, like a new game. I think it's kind of a wasted moment. And if this rumor is true that the online is
It's not a
attached to
rumor.
the Switch, oh my god,
Have
that's
you
just-
seen the online for Switch? I
It's
watch my
horrible.
son play Fortnite sometimes on his Switch, and it's like stop motion animation. It's fucking
Yeah,
horrible, the lag.
Yeah, that's the only device that I have that I don't care nor want online for. The Switch is maybe for a little bit of Sonic.
Listen, you
and
got to
Mario,
ask them
and
bitches
that's
to
it.
compete, whether you use it or not, all right? You got to ask Nintendo to step it up a little bit. It's fucking 2020. This is ridiculous, right? So hopefully they get their online shit together and you don't got to use a phone app to chat online and other shit that shouldn't be a thing. And hopefully Nintendo fans ask for that. Usually they're damage controlling by saying we got couch co-op, so you don't need online. That's not the point. Like, ask them to kind of compete with shit that's been around for 20 plus years on console. Also, the multiplayer only being on Switch is a stupid fucking choice. It makes no sense. It's not ideal for anyone that actually wants great multiplayer experiences.
Why would Xbox even let that happen? Like, why would they be
it's not on Xbox. It's whoever's fucking making the game.
Rare. It's going into Rare Replay for free.
Rare Replay, or Rare developing this remake.
Let's look, because if it's going into Rare Replay, then it's like, what the fuck?
It's not a remake, though.
It's not a remake.
It's just the original game.
It's a remaster then.
No,
it's available in 4K on
4K.
Xbox.
No, it's upres. That's it. That's it. It's upres.
I'm sure they made a few changes, including the one where only Nintendo gets seen online.
Apparently, it's because Nintendo owns the rights to it. Rare made it, and then Xbox bought Rare. So Nintendo announced today that Rare is releasing GoldenEye 007 HD on Nintendo Switch and Xbox soon as a remaster of the legendary N64 title that first launched in 1997.
So they took two guys from Rare and like updated the resolution, and then they cut that online.
And then they were like, "Nope, you can't have it online. That's coming to Nintendo." Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, that'll get them.
Well,
Darnell says, "Built from the ground up, guys."
For the SSD.
Well, if Nintendo owns it, then I gotta say it probably speaks to the relationship that Microsoft and Nintendo have, because it's not horrible. It's pretty good. The relationship.
I would not even release the fucking game if I was Microsoft. I wouldn't even release it. What do you mean you don't want online on my fucking network? You got your dog shit T-Mobile connection on your Switch? You want online for that?
Hey, I take offense to that.
You should. That you're on T-Mobile.
Maybe it was that or nothing. Maybe it was
I don't know. Whatever. They're gonna make $6 off of it. It's weird. It's a weird choice, but. Again, chat, let us know what you think. Discord, voice chat, party chat, whatever the fuck you want to call it for Xbox is available to pretty much everyone right now. The noise suppression option in your party chat should be there as well. If you haven't checked, next time you're in a party, go to options, go down to noise suppression. Make sure it's on, because some of y'all motherfuckers like to eat chips in the microphone, and it really, really does help. It helps a lot. Like, seriously, we had somebody play music in the background with it on and off while they're talking. It literally cut the music out behind them, and you still heard them talking perfectly. It's not going to stop like anything that sounds like your voice. It's actually supposed to pick up what sounds like your voice while intelligently tuning everything else out. So you might still smack or cough. It'll still come through. But anything that sounds like something is not your voice, it will tune that stuff out. And it's really effective, actually. Check it out.
AI? Is it AI powered?
It's powered by Skynet. Yeah, sure. I have no idea, but it's software based, and it's really impressive. Let us know if you guys have tried it. That is our show today, guys. Thanks for joining us. Almost 1,100 people. We do appreciate you guys putting up with the bullshit and the 720p and all that stuff. Some people can't even tell. But load it up on a 4K screen. You'll be able to tell.
At least it worked, bro.
It did work, but it's not acceptable.
People are on their phones, let's be honest.
So let me see. I didn't even check the other drop frames. We had 185 the whole show. That's not too bad.
I'd like to know this. Put up a poll in the chat. I want to see how many people are on cell phones watching the show.
Cell phones?
Yeah, because I bet most of them are.
I'm in my toilet.
Because 720p don't matter on a phone.
I'm on the shitter.
How many of you on T-Mobile trash? All right, no.
I like to make jokes.
Yes, we do.
Somebody said gameplay over resolution, dealer.
You also like turtles.
We can have both, though. That's not the point.
Yeah, exactly.
But I like to have everything at as high quality as possible.
I feel like a couple of them are watching it. Like a couple people I know watch it on like phone or.
I was the first one to push yes on phone.
On
all right, the poll's up. So, are you watching the show on a cell phone? Yes or no?
And don't.
I mean, a lot of people are saying that they're watching it on their cell and PC. On PC.
The poll is the thing that I'm going to be taking into account. So if you're not watching and you're just typing it, be sure and click the poll real quick.
Yes, if you're on your tablet, anything other, yeah.
Yeah, tablet constitutes as mobile.
If you're on your Zoom,
on your Zoom iPad.
People are basically watching it on their phones and tablets.
Yeah. Which makes sense. I mean, 50% of people watch the YouTube videos that we release on phone. Sometimes more.
I would say like 80%.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot. It's a lot, but I still be sure and upload everything 4K and make sure everything's extremely high quality. You got
one of the best looking videos when it comes to like the gameplay and stuff on your videos. It's impeccable, man. Looks really good.
And I do that because I care about that. If somebody's making the video, I want it to be cool, show off some cool gameplay, and kind of show people.
Yeah.
As shitty as Saints Row was, there's to some people had a lot of issues. I showed a lot of Saints Row footage in my last video, different cool little clips and stuff. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and conclude the poll. It's pretty clear over half of you are watching on some kind of mobile device, which, again, we already figured. Just want to make sure. You probably can't tell the difference in the stream, but it will be back up to quality. The ISP is coming in tomorrow. And I'm having them rip all this shit out of the walls. Everything they've fucking ever done in the history of this whole place is being redone. I don't know what's changed in the last 2 months. Over the last year, it's been fine. But something's got to change. And I've spent $700 to try to fix it myself. It's not my computer.
Just slip the guy a shiny nickel.
I'm going to slip the guy a fucking right cross if he doesn't fix the shit.
The guy's going to come by and say, oh, the problem is this dead rat here.
There's a dead rat in your modem. Shit. Yeah, I don't know, man. Just
There's
again,
roaches in your modem.
I hate that shit because it bothers me. It really, really bears on me. I don't like this type of shit.
I'm with you on shit like that. It bugs the shit out of me when stuff don't go right, technically.
Some people are like, the bitrate still looks great. That's because it was 5 times higher than it is before because the quality, the bar is just up there. It's got to be great.
I'm just sitting here and an earthquake just hit me. Legit.
Fucking
Really?
volcanoes and shit.
Oh,
hey,
shoot.
Zalker, catch us up on these chats, by the way. I got to give a big shout out to everyone in the super chats and
There's so
stuff.
many, bro. It's going to take forever.
Go ahead. You can't leave these guys in the cold.
We got Risk It. Starting again on Halo would be the height of stupidity. You then need to pre-production, all that, and you're taking devs away from fixing Infinite. No. I mean,
eBay.
EA did that with Battlefield 2042. They said, fuck it, and started over. So maybe Halo.
I'm kind of glad they did, too.
Yep. We got Dub.
That's
He says,
blasphemy.
keep COD on everything until the next box comes out and make it a launch exclusive. Matt.
Go ahead.
Dark CMF says, Phil needs to throw Jim a box of crayons, just blue ones, and tell him to sit in the corner and color. JD says, Sony doesn't make games. Jim Ryan, 2022, after Microsoft buys COD. Oh my God. RWK88 says, Sony needs shooters, Xbox needs anything. Hope soon. Fuck. Savage, Dark CMF with a code for NBA 2K23. Thanks, man. We got Nano Polymath, Epic, Steam, Nintendo, all successful without COD. Sony just needs to cope and create Fortnite, Destiny, Halo, Battlefield, all successful shooters created besides COD. Suck it up, Jimbo.
Yeah.
Suck it up.
Biff Rinaldi, Jim should go handle some family medical emergency. Oh my God. Nano says, send Bonnie Ross to replace Jimbo. My God. We got Dark CMF. How long do we think this generation will last? If they give PlayStation COD through 2027, is next-gen COD Game Pass only? Set that market like Sony has done.
Either way, what's important is that we know for a fact that Jim Ryan has come out and made claims that we know are not true. Microsoft have definitely done more for anyone on PlayStation than PlayStation has ever done for anyone on Xbox. Again, it's just the level of hypocrisy there is kind of frightening, honestly. You're not very self-aware on some of that stuff. Just so you guys know, again, we'll be back next week. I plan on having a video out this week. Didn't do it the past week. I just didn't. I was playing 2K and other shit, and I didn't feel like anything was worth making a video on. I didn't want to make a video just talking about Bonnie because I'd just end up sitting there ranting and all this shit. Yeah, let us know what your thoughts are, guys. Hit the like button. Tell a buddy or two about the show if they don't know, and let us know your thoughts. Big shout out to everyone that came out and supported the show. Do appreciate you. Check out the last video.
Yeah, 4 more.
Go 4 more and see those.
Yeah. We got Splendiferous. He says Slim Ryan is gonna get Game Pass for Dummies and Sing. Pretty much. Eric83 says all you guys are delusional. Xbox is in last place. You have a Raider symbol. You're a Raider fan. You're delusional. Moving on.
Eric, big shout out to you.
Yeah, big shout out, Eric. Thanks for coming and being a fan.
Enjoy the Raiders.
Yep. We got Nano Polymath. Pull your pants up, Jimbo, and stop abusing gamers like you're some sort of priest. Now say 3 Hail Marys for COD.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ.
None of that, Nano. Why did that come out of your mouth, Dr. Self-censor?
I didn't want to. I'm like the guy from Anchorman that just read whatever's on screen. Fuck you, San Diego. All right, not MBG. Jim Lying Dance Moves Ryan is just going through 5 stages of grief, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance, along with the Sony fan base.
Is that my man, not MBG?
Yep.
He got a good channel, way better than MBG's. But hey, thanks for the super chat, guys. And we're going to get out of here. Bonds, tell people what you've been playing, buddy, and where can people find you, man?
Well, I'm going to talk in this voice because, people hate it.
All right.
So you can
You sound
find
like
me
Joe
at
Rogan.
Fonz Gaming, Fox Gaming here on YouTube.
Sound like you're talking like on the Grindr mobile app right now.
Well, I am trying to talk to you, dealer, so we'll talk after the show. Yeah, you can find me there, and been having some fun there with Games Talk Live, of course. This week I will have Kay Asante, so check us out over there.
Okay, let me get rid of that.
Thank you.
Anyways, Kay Asante's going to be there. Yeah, it does sound kind of spooky. Anyways, I had Dirk Griggity on this past Sunday, so if you have not watched that, check it out. If you're an Xbox guy, you like Xbox dudes to watch, I guess. A pause, that sounded weird.
All right.
But anyway, if you're into that, watch the show there, 2 p.m. next week, Pacific Standard Time. And Kay Asante will be there next week, so it'll be fun. Good show.
Yes.
Good show today, guys.
Definitely. D-Batch, brother, what have you been playing, and where can people find you, bud?
I've been playing a little bit of NBA 2K23, and I got to say, it's phenomenal, man. I know most years we complain about sports games that they're not really updating them, but this year it's a substantial update, man. The lighting is better. I feel the gameplay is better. It's smoother. I feel it's harder to score. It's just a well-refined game with improvements that you can see. So go out and grab it if you're on the fence. You can find me on YouTube at D_batch. And of course on YouTube at dbatch, and at Twitter D_batch. My last videos, I think I did a review on the Galaxy Z Flip and the Galaxy Watch and the Buds, so you guys can watch some of that stuff. When there's something interesting to talk about, you guys will find me back on YouTube. It was a great show, and I'll see you guys next week.
Hey, Rage Viper, I know because I know. Hey, we've also got xCloud Tim Dog, brother. What have you been playing, and where can people find you, man?
2K23, Midnight Fight Club, Power Washer, and actually UFC 4. You can find me on Twitter, xCloud Tim Dog. Thanks for sticking around. We're going to get these problems fixed up, but we had a good show tonight. A lot of good topics, and see you next week.
And then we've got Zalker87. How you been, buddy?
Hey.
And what have you been playing, and where can people find you?
Oh, yeah. You guys can find me on Zalker87 YouTube, Zalker7, on Twitter. I put out a video today. I've always been putting out videos every week, and I've been playing a fuck ton of Days Gone. I think I'm at like 18, almost 20 hours, I think, or something like that. A lot better on the PC with the mouse and keyboard. I really like it there. It runs beautifully. I beat Spider-Man on the PC, and then I beat Midnight Fight Express on Xbox Series X, which was freaking awesome. As Tim was saying, he was playing it. It's kind of like Batman Combat, but in like AA form, and I just had a good time with it. It was really cool. Very brutal. So that was fun. And then I'm going to be playing a couple other things through like Steam Deck when I get it, because I ordered one and I'm just waiting for it. So yeah, man. And I hacked it and able to like make my Series X stream to it with no latency. So
you hacked it?
I hacked my coworkers, and we got it so he can stream his entire Xbox to his Steam Deck and play his entire catalog. So it's fucking legit.
So you're saying you're a hacker?
I'll hack you. I'm gonna DDoS you again just so you just crash.
Oh,
dude.
shit.
No,
You're the problem, bitch.
You're the problem. No, it's not really a hack. It's just like some scripts and stuff. It's pretty good. It's there. It's open for Linux, and you can do it. It's not illegal.
You went into the settings.
So yeah.
I got you.
Just do that. Yeah. One of the settings hit on.
It turned Xbox on.
Yep. No, so yeah, it's been really cool. So I've just been enjoying a lot of games, man, honestly, and just having a good time with it, and also playing Grim Dawn with my buddies, and of course Rocket League and all those things. But yeah, I can't wait for next week. We had a lot of topics, so pretty good.
Zocker just hit me up on Xbox. He says, I'm a hacker. I'm going to hack you.
Get hacked. Zocker's a good sport, man. Again, the best panel ever. These guys are, especially when they're all awake and shit, they're great. But yeah, guys,
not putting me to sleep, bitch.
The show didn't go down today thanks to the new improved resolution of 720i. And again, ripping all that out. Oh, hang on, it just got yellow right now. What great timing. I think it just went down. Maybe not.
Nope, it's still going.
It's just YouTube now. YouTube's got like a yellow banner up here. Hey, it says, hey, you should end the fucking show. All right, we're going to do that. But hey, follow me at dealer_gaming on Twitter. Follow me on Xbox Live. I mean it. Message me there if you want to chat, play some games. And unless I see, this is a new rule because I tweeted out not long ago, add me on Xbox Live and I'll add you back. Just let me know you want me to add you back. If you're always offline, don't bother because I got enough people always offline on the friends list. So if you're online and, often, hit me up if you want to maybe chat and play some games. I'll add you back and stuff like that. But if you're, I don't have anything against people that hide offline all the time, especially if you're already on my friends list. That's my damage control, but I'm just not trying to add more. Does that make sense? But yeah, follow the channel. Check the last video. Thank you for supporting the channel, and follow these guys here. We're out.
Later, everybody.